for a few closing comments for this first Bitcoin SV DevCon, thanks to the Bitcoin Association. So, of course, as we come to a close, this is the first of these events that I know of, certainly, that has been done in Bitcoin SV's lifetime. Of course, we really wanted to do this event in person. It was originally planned for San Francisco and then a repeat in Shanghai, but due to the current circumstances of the world, that is, of course, a little bit difficult, but we certainly intend to be doing that in the future. And goal for future events is to make them much more interactive with live hack sessions with your mentors walking around the room, able to help you as you work through the same problem that all the other devs in the room are working on, workshop sessions and much more. So you'll be hearing a lot more about future events if you just stay tuned to Bitcoin Association. What we've seen over the last couple of days is really just a small sample of some of the tools and applications that are available on Bitcoin SV for developers to use and to build on. There's plenty more. I'll rattle off a few. There's MatterCloud has an awesome API that just got released a few weeks ago. What's on Chain is a block explorer that also has its own API. Bitcoinblocks.live, if you actually want to see the network in action in real time, that's a very visually pleasing website, especially in the middle of a period of high activity. We've got multiple social media platforms. We mentioned Powping earlier. Of course, there's Twitch as well. And I think Memento, I'm not sure if they've launched yet, but yeah. The advertising space is being attacked by TonicPow. There's BSV, which is both a gateway API and a Python library. There's a bit of a name clash there. And on the wallet side, you've heard from Handcash and MoneyButton. There's also MetaStream, which is very application developer focused, and RelayX, which is attached to the exchange, RelayX wallet. You can find out a lot more about all of these tools in various places, and of course BSVDevs.com, and there's plenty more. Jump on one of the social media sites, social media applications, and ask a question. I'm sure you'll get plenty of answers. So as we wrap up here, I'd like to say thank you to the entire event team and Raylene, who has been busily keeping things ticking along in the background. To the We Are Developers team, of course, who have provided the platform and a lot of the technical assistance, and of course to Jimmy and the entire Bitcoin Association, and lastly to all of our presenters. Going forward, finding resources and enabling developers to become more capable of interacting with Bitcoin and building on Bitcoin SV is a primary goal of the Bitcoin Association. In fact, they run an entire developer program to basically facilitate the growth of developer capability. And I'll tell you about a few of the things that they do. Firstly, there's webinars. Over the last 2 months, the Bitcoin Association has embarked on digital education with a series of Bitcoin SV webinars. We've had a few expert scientists and engineers from nChain presenting on various topics that span the whole world of Bitcoin. And if you missed the first series of them, they will be repeated later this year. The script definition language that I showed, I've had a few people ask already. I actually only got through about a third of the stuff that I was going to demonstrate, so there will probably be an extended version of that coming at some point soon, and I'm sure Bitcoin Association will help facilitate that. Right now, the third Bitcoin SV hackathon is currently underway. There's actually still time if you've got an idea, or even if you haven't, you can go join and see if you can form a team with some people. The coding round of this hackathon lasts until August 18. So yeah, there's time to put together a winning entry, and the prize pool for that hackathon is actually a total of $100,000 US in payable in Bitcoin SV, of course. So that's a tidy sum. And of course, there's the BSV Academy. We know that the growth of the Bitcoin SV ecosystem depends on more developers becoming skilled and interested in building useful applications for the Bitcoin blockchain. So one of the major priorities of Bitcoin Association for 2020 is to launch the BSV Academy, which is a comprehensive developer education and curriculum program that aims to deliver quality online courses. Initially, there will be in-person courses coming after that. So this curriculum will provide beginner, intermediate, and advanced courses in three sort of major streams. There's a Bitcoin theory stream, there's a Bitcoin infrastructure stream, and a Bitcoin development stream, obviously, all with their own kind of special focuses. So you've heard from a few members of that education team over the last couple of days. Brendan, who just hosted our panel, Josh Hensley, and Evan Freeman. And of course, Raylene, who's been keeping things ticking in the last couple of days, is the program manager for that. But they're on track to deliver the first of these online courses before the end of this year. So keep your eye out for that. And of course, there are the CoinGeek conferences. Anyone who hasn't been to one, ask anyone who has been to one, and I'm sure they'll tell you that they're a hell of a lot of fun. The last one was here in London right at the start of this year, just before things started going a bit awry in the world. So CoinGeek have actually announced that their next event will be held in New York this October. It's going to be a hybrid live and live stream experience. So some people will be able to attend in person, but of course, if you can't, we're going to make sure that the online experience is just as good. And so we'll be ensuring that, global circumstances won't provide a barrier to attending. And you can find out more about all of these things at the bitcoinassociation.net website. So thank you everybody for joining us. I know that your time is precious, and I'm pleased that you've chosen to spend some of it with us. I really hope that you've managed to learn something useful over the course of the weekend. And of course, if you want to go back and watch any of the presentations in more detail, the whole pause and screenshot and zoom in to see what was on the screen at the time. The videos will all be online very soon. So one last thank you to everybody involved, and we will see you at the next BSV DevCon and probably at CoinGeek New York before then. Thank you.